Cat. I knew you'd recognize me, because I'm always grinning. You've heard the expression, grin and bear it? Well, me, I grin and share it. Share what? The fun, of course. Oh, the fun and excitement of Wonderland. We're going to have a visitor in a moment. A little girl named Alice who chased across a field after a white rabbit till he dived down his rabbit hole. Here the rabbit comes now.
Oh dear, I wonder what time it is.
Overtime.
Then I'm late and the queen will be angry.
Isn't she always?
That silly girl chased after me. I tumbled down here too fast. Now she's falling too. Oh, I hope the queen doesn't find out.
Why?
She might blame me.
This must be Alice.
Oh my. Mr. Aubrey, wait for me. Oh dear. The queen doesn't like little girls. He didn't wait.
Why should he? You haven't been properly introduced.
I'm Alice.
And I'm the Cheshire Cat. You may call me Jessie.
I like cats. And Chessie's a nice name. Where am I? I felt so far that I'm all mixed up.
Who isn't these days? Don't you really know?
All I know is that I have to get back up to my sister. We were sitting on the grass playing a little card game, and the white rabbit went by.
If you chase after strange rabbits, you mustn't be surprised if strange things happen.
I've never known a cat who could talk. My cat, Dinah, just purrs.
None of them can talk where you come from.
I wonder why.
Oh, there are lots of things here to wonder about. That's why this is called Wonderland.
Oh. Jessie, can you tell me how to get back to where I came from? My parents will be worried about me.
I don't have any family, fortunately.
Why do you say fortunately?
Because all the cream in the saucer is for me.
I'm afraid you're rather selfish.
Isn't everybody?
Well, I don't know everybody.
I can help you get acquainted.
It's good of you to offer, but I really must go home.
Why?
Well, today's my birthday, and my mother's baking a great big cake with pink icing. And all of my friends are coming to my party at 5 o'clock.
Nobody ever gave a birthday party for me. Anyway, I don't care much for pink icing.
My cat Dinah likes it. I always give her some. Well, what time is it now?
About 4, I think. Time doesn't matter much down here.
It does to me. If I don't get back home by 5 o'clock, there won't be any party, and my mother and daddy will be sick with worry.
Too bad.
Dinah may not get any pink icing. Oh my goodness, poor Dinah!
What now?
She was taking a nap in my dollhouse and I closed the door. No one will know where she is and she can't get out.
As I said before, too bad.
Don't you care?
I have problems of my own.
Dear, what am I going to do?
Don't you stamp your foot at me. I might get nervous and go away.
Please don't. I need your help.
Too bad.
Stop saying that. Will you please tell me which way I ought to go from here?
That depends on where you want to get to.
Whichever way will take me home again, I don't much care.
Then it doesn't matter much which way you go.
As long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that if you walk long enough?
Sort of people live around here.
Assorted sorts.
Sorted? Like in a box of tea cakes.
None of them are at all like tea cakes.
I didn't mean to offend you, but I really must get home in time for my birthday party.
I must try having a birthday sometime, if the Queen of Hearts will permit it.
Nobody has to permit a birthday. It just happens.
Maybe where you come from?
I don't think you're very friendly. My cat purrs.
Well, maybe you don't think at all.
Will the Queen of Hearts help me? She sounds very kind-hearted.
First you jumped down the rabbit hole, and now you're jumping to conclusions. Why should the Queen of Hearts be kind-hearted?
Well, because of her name.
Not a very sensible reason.
Will I find her if I go through this door?
Maybe.
But it's locked.
Of course.
A key. Is this the key?
already told you that.
And how do I get through it?
Try going around it.
Why, thank you. You know, you're not really unfriendly after all.
After all what?
Well, you weren't very nice when I first came.
That's because I don't make friends with just anybody.
But I'm not just anybody. I'm Alice.
And I'm Chessie. You know, I'm beginning to like you.
Won't you come with me? I'd be glad to have somebody to talk to.
That depends on what you want to talk about.
How to get home again.
Then take that key along and don't lose it.
There's something special about this key?
Very special. It even has its own name.
Well, please help me find the right door, Chessie.
You will have to find it yourself.
And I thought you were my friend. I'll ask the Queen of Hearts.
You may be sorry if you do.
I wish I knew why you grin all the time. Is something funny?
Everything's funny if you can laugh at it.
There's something strange about the way you keep watching me.
That's because I'm a watch cat.
Did you say a watch cat?
Certainly. You've heard of watch dog, haven't you? Well, I happen to be a watch cat. Would you like me to watch over you?
Oh, yes, please, would you? I've never been away from home before.
And I've never been a watch cat for a little girl before.
We are friends.
You'll be seeing me around.
Oh, what the heck?
What was that?
Don't ask, just get going.
Things are moving. I'm a little afraid.
Too afraid to see what's on the other side of that door?
Not if it helps me get back home again.
That's one of the reasons I grin. No one ever knows for sure what's on the other side of any door.
Who are you?
I'm Alice. And I'm looking for the Queen of Hearts.
Explain yourself.
Well, I can't explain myself. Because I'm feeling very mixed up, you see.
I don't see.
All this is very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so, but when you turn into a chrysalis, and then into a butterfly, I'm sure you'll feel a bit queer, won't you?
Not a bit.
It would feel very queer to me.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are.
Why? Come back. I've something important to say.
Yes.
Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So, you feel confused, do you?
Yes, because my parents will be worried. And Dinah may not get anything to eat for days and days.
Have you ever gone to school?
Certainly.
Then repeat a poem they taught you.
You, old Father William, the young man said, though your hair has turned very white, and yet you insistently stand on your head. Do you think your age is right? Oh, dear me, it came out all wrong.
Don't blame me.
Never seen blue caterpillar before.
It's a very good color, under the circumstances.
What circumstances?
I'm in a blue mood, you know.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't know.
Some days I'm black,
Or black mood.
or I could be in a brown study, or green with envy.
And how do you know when you're you?
I'm always me.
That's a pretty good heart.
It plays blue notes. Surely you've heard of blue notes.
Think I see.
You mean I think I hear?
Yes, that's what I mean.
You don't express yourself very well.
Very sorry. I'm looking for the Queen of Hearts. Could you tell me where to find her?
I'm beginning to see red.
Why are you leaving?
Because I value my head.
Wonder what you meant by that. Oh, a door. Oh dear. Still the wrong door. If you please, sir.
Onions and pepper, carrots and pepper, potatoes and pepper, achoo! A folder dash and pepper hash. What do you want?
For the Duchess. An invitation from the Queen to play croquet.
The Duchess is busy.
Why are you sitting down?
Don't you like to sit up?
Is that the Duchess? I'd like to talk to her.
There's no sauciness knock with you. You expect me to open the door for you. First, I'm on the same side of the door as you are.
But really?
Secondly, you're making such a noise in there they could possibly hear you.
Oh my!
There might be some sense in knocking if we had a door between us. For instance, if you were on the inside, you might knock and I could let you out.
Yes,
Then I should sit here till tomorrow, or the next day, maybe. I should sit here on and off for days and days if I happen to feel like it.
and there's no use in talking to you.
But I don't happen to feel like it.
I'll go in without you knocking. Achoo! There's too much pepper in that soup.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Jessie,
Let it smoke to the Duchess now.
Achoo!
why does your cook use so much pepper?
Because of his disposition. Pig! You don't know much, and that's a fact.
But I'll soon know more, because I'm a whole year older today than I was yesterday.
Impossible.
Today's my birthday.
And the moral of that is, save the days and the weeks will take care of themselves.
I don't think it has a moral.
Tut tut, child. Everything has a moral if only you can find it.
A very nice cat.
And the moral of that is, birds of feather flock together.
Only a cat isn't a bird.
What a clear way you have of putting things.
Your words are more confusing than mine.
And the moral of that is, the more there is of mine, the less there is of yours.
Oh.
What? I quite agree with you. And the moral of that is, be what you would seem to be. Or, if you'd like me to put it more simply, never imagine yourself not to be otherwise. That what it might appear to others, that what you are is not otherwise.
I can understand that better if you wrote it down.
That's nothing to what I could say if I chose.
Please don't trouble yourself.
No trouble at all. I'll make you a present of everything I have said.
Why, thank you.
You're thinking something, me dear. I can't tell you right now what the moral is, but I'll remember it in a bit.
I have a right to think.
Did the Queen give you permission?
I haven't met her yet. Will you tell me where she is?
She'll soon be playing croquet, and so will I, to get rid of this pig!
Oh, please don't. You'll hurt his precious nose.
If everyone minded their own business, the world would go round a deal bit faster than it does.
But the Earth takes 24 hours to revolve on its axis.
Speaking of axes, have you met the Queen's executioner yet?
24 hours. Or is it 12? Executioner?
That's what I
Then
said.
why does the Queen need an executioner?
You're a rather dull-witted child, and the moral of that is, the duller the axe, the harder the wax. Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Where? I speak severely to my boy and beat him when he sneezes, so he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases. Where?
What a strange way to treat a baby.
Pig! Here, you hold him for a bit. I must get ready to play croquet with the Queen.
Can I go with you?
If you had any sense, you'll stay out of her way.
Good riddance.
Jessie, I am going to that croquet game.
I suppose it's no use telling you not to.
No use at all, because I need help from the Queen. Should I take the baby with me? They don't treat him very well.
Oh, he's used to it.
Don't make such funny noises, dear. Do you think he was only crying?
In his own way.
Sounds just like a pig. Oh my goodness, he is a pig!
Of course.
I think I ought to get started.
In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a march hare.
But I want to go to the croquet ground.
Do either way you like, that does not.
I don't think I care to meet them.
Everybody's a little bit mad, you know.
Not you.
Sometimes I wonder.
And I'm not mad either. I just want to get home as fast as I can.
Then you will have to try a lot harder.
Don't go and leave me, Tessie. I am trying. What do I do with this key?
Hello there. Is the queen around?
Don't talk about round. I have a weight problem.
Weight problem? Maybe you've just been eating too much.
I didn't say weight problem. I said weight problem.
So did I.
I sit here on the wall waiting because I have a feeling that something's going to happen.
Something good?
Well, I have to wait to find out.
Maybe it'd be safer if you went on a lower step.
I like the view from up here.
What do you think is going to happen?
I haven't the faintest idea, but the king has promised to send aid if ever I need it.
How about the queen?
What about her?
Never mind. Maybe you've noticed that the queen isn't very popular. Maybe you've even guessed why. Some people have a sharp tongue, but with the queen, it is more than that. But I'll keep a watchful eye on us if I can. Hello, girls. Everything going well with you? At transplanting time, you'll have to move. Oh, so you're waiting then. And you all look very pretty.
Where are you going?
Off.
Off where?
Off. Sometimes I go on, and sometimes I go off. Sometimes I go up, and sometimes I come down.
Will you never stop that silly giggling? Makes me feel on edge.
Oh, he is on edge.
Oh. Is this the right way to the Queen's croquet ground?
Way? I hate that word. And it's very rude to stare.
I beg your pardon. You look so much like an egg.
So very provoking thing to be called an egg. Very.
Some eggs are very pretty.
And some people have no more sense than a baby.
Oh my.
Stop your gawking. State your name and your business.
I'm Alice.
That's a stupid name. What does it mean?
Must name mean something?
Well, my name means the shape that I am. And a very handsome shape it is, too. With a name like yours, you might be any shape.
Why do you sit all alone on that wall?
Because there's no one sitting here beside me. What? Did you think I didn't know the answer to that? Ask another.
Don't you think you're up pretty high?
Oh, what easy riddles you ask. Why, of course I don't. If I ever did fall, which there's no chance of. But if I did, the king has made me a promise.
Send all of his horses and all of his men.
How did you know? I declare you've been listening outdoors or behind trees or down chimneys, or you couldn't have known it.
I haven't indeed. It's in a book.
Oh, well, that proves I'm very important.
Prove that someday.
Let's go back to the last remark. But one.
I'm afraid I can't quite remember it.
In that case, it's my turn to choose a subject. Now, here's a question for you. How old did you say you were?
Well, yesterday I was, but today's my
Wrong! You didn't say a word like it.
I thought you
You look an uncomfortable sort of age.
It suits me. What a beautiful belt you have on. Or is it a tie?
What?
I find it hard to tell which is your neck and which is your waist.
Oh, it's the most provoking thing when a person doesn't know the difference.
Very sorry.
Well, if you must know, it was given to me by the king for an unbirthday present.
What is an unbirthday present?
A present given to you when it isn't your birthday. Birthday present.
I like birthday presents the best.
How many days are there in a year?
365.
And how many birthdays have you?
1.
And if you take 1 from 365, what remains?
364.
That shows that there are 364 days when you might get unbirthday presents.
Certainly.
And only 1 for birthday presents. There's glory for you.
I don't know what you mean by glory.
I meant there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
But glory doesn't mean a nice
When I use a word, it means just what I choose it to mean.
The question is whether you can make words mean so many different things.
The question is, which is to be master? That's all. Quiet, you silly flowers! Words have a temper, particularly verbs. Adjectives you can do anything with. However, I have managed the whole lot of them. Impenetrability, that's what I say.
Will you tell me, please, what that word means?
That we've had enough of this subject, and you'd better tell me what you plan to do next, as I suppose you don't intend to stay here the rest of your life.
Well, that's a great deal to wait one word means.
When I make a word do a lot of work, I always pay it extra.
I'm going to visit the Mad Hatter and ask him how to find croquet ground.
Goodbye.
Till we meet again.
I wouldn't know you again. You're so exactly like other people.
The faces which you go by generally.
No. Your face is the same as everybody has. However, come here. If you had your eyes on the same side as your nose, for instance, yes, or your mouth at the top. Yes, that might be some help.
It wouldn't look nice.
Well, it wouldn't look nice.
With such lovely flowers, I wish you could talk.
We can talk when there's anybody worth talking to.
Isn't the matter supposed to begin, you know? Really? I was wondering when you speak. I said to myself, her face has some sense to it, but not a very clever one.
If only her petals were curled a little more, she'll be all right. You're in awkward shape, and your petals are beginning to fade.
Nothing of the sort.
Do you? Her? Contradict me? It's enough to make me wither.
Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I'm getting so tired of being criticized.
Then why don't you change? She'd make a fair enough daisy, don't you think?
Why are you all counted in a row?
We'll have it as a pattern when we're transplant. Like this, maybe. Or maybe like this. What's that?
Oh, I wish you'd stand still a minute.
Why?
Maybe one of you can tell me where to find the queen.
I'm beginning to feel pale. I'm wilting.
Are you afraid of her?
If she should pick us, we don't lose our heads.
Oh, my.
Transplanting time, girls. Pick up your flower pots and let's go.
Now they can giggle someplace else.
Why are you rocking back and forth?
Too much silly conversation makes me dizzy.
Well, please don't you fall. I'd better call someone.
Oh, send for the king's men!
Help, help.
Oh!
Did you catch him in time?
All he needs is a little patching up. I hope my cracks don't show.
Things are moving again. Tussie, Tussie, where are you? everybody got angry and quit?
Of course not.
Oh dear, still the wrong door.
Maybe you have the wrong key.
Well, it has to be this key.
Have some wine.
Well, I didn't see any wine.
There isn't any.
But it wasn't very polite of you to offer it.
Wasn't very polite of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It said for greatly more than 3.
Your hair needs cutting.
You shouldn't make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is it raining like a writing desk?
Oh, a riddle. I believe I can guess that.
You mean you think you can find out the answer to it?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing.
Not the same thing a bit. Why? You might just as well say, I see what I eat. It's the same thing as, I eat what I see.
Just as well say that. I like what I get. It's the same thing as I get what I like.
You might as well say I breathe when I sleep. It's the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It's the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
Who is the best butter?
Some crumbs must have gotten into it. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife.
Oh, what was the best butter, you know?
Funny watch. It tells what day of the month it is and not what time it is.
Well, of course. Does yours tell you what year it is?
Of course not. That's because it stays the same year for such a long time.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is asleep.
Of course, just when I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
I think you ought to do something better with your time than wasting it on asking riddles that have no answers.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't go talking about wasting it. It's him.
I dare say you never spoke to time.
I know how to beat time in music.
Ah! That accounts for it. He won't stand for a beating. If you kept on good terms with him, I'm sure he'd do most anything you'd like with the clock.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March. Just before he went mad.
Oh, and mad?
It was at a concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing.
Will you take me to meet the Queen?
We're not that mad.
Perhaps you know my song. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at.
I know something like it.
Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Ouch!
I barely made it through the first verse when the Queen said, he's murdering the time. And since then, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always the same now.
Is that the reason you have so many tea things put out?
We've no time to wash dishes.
So you just keep moving around, I suppose?
Exactly so. As the things get used up.
What happens when you come back to the beginning?
Take some more tea.
Well, I haven't had any, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now? I want a clean cup. Let's all move one place one.
Dormouse, tell us a story. Wake up!
I wasn't asleep. Once upon a time, there were 3 sisters.
something of a muchness? Really, now you ask me, I don't think...
Then you shouldn't talk.
This is the stupidest tea party I've ever been to in all my life.
Dormouse is asleep again.
I'm not. Don't put your head in that teapot.
She likes it.
No.
The Queen approaches!
Hide before she sees
But
you.
I want to meet her.
That proves you're mad.
The Queen. Here she comes now.
My knees are shaking.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Shut up.
Your Majesty,
How did you get here?
I'm Alice, and I came here by mistake. Will you kindly tell me how to get home again?
I don't like your face.
I'm very sorry, Your Majesty.
Come to the croquet ground. That's an order.
But what if she doesn't know how to play?
Then she had better learn in a hurry.
Your Majesty, did you make cherry tarts today?
Certainly, I'll eat them after the game. Where is that knave going?
Maybe he forgot something.
Idiot! Everybody follow me to the croquet ground.
Dear, I think the soldiers are out of step.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh dear, she's not kind-hearted at all.
Who said she was?
Jessie! But where's the rest of you?
Resting, of course.
I'm not used to talking to just a head.
It's my head that does the talking. Can you play croquet?
Not very well.
Good, because the cleanup wants to win the game.
And I want to get home in time for my birthday party. Oh, Jessie, that's not the real reason. I'm going home because my mother will be crying. And poor Diana will be home.
Do I see tears in your eyes?
Baby.
Come now, that's no way to solve the problem.
But I do miss them so.
Even when you're feeling sad inside, it always helps to smile. So head up, and that's a great big smile. Bigger than that. Now you got 'em, and never, never give up.
I tried. The Queen didn't answer my question. So I'll just have to ask her again.
My advice is to ask yourself. Maybe you can find the answer.
Don't I wish I could? Who was that? Jessie, where are you?
Right here.
If you disappear entirely, I won't have a friend left.
Don't forget, I'm a watch cat.
Please watch over me. I'm afraid of the Queen.
Is it everybody?
I've often seen a cat without a grin, but I've never seen a grin without a cat. Excuse me. Are there any doors around here? Is this the right way to the Queen's croquet ground? I don't believe they can speak.
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay. The waxworks weren't made to be looked at for nothing. No how!
Contrariwise, if you think we're alive, you ought to address us by name.
Your mind moves on, and I can't help but say the words. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle.
It isn't so. No! How?
Contrariwise. If it were so, it might be. If it was so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic.
But I did guess your names. And you didn't tell me how to find the croquet ground.
No how?
Contrariwise.
You've begun wrong. Well, the first thing in a visit is to say how do you do and shake hands.
How do you do it? Shake hands, shake hands, shake hands. How do you do it? Shake hands. How do you do?
That's enough for one dance.
I hope you're not tired.
No how? And thank you for asking.
So much obliged. Do you like poetry?
Yes, but I really must be on my way.
Say the walrus in the carpenter for her.
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see.
Such quantities of sand. If this were only cleared away, they said it would be grand.
It's very long with trees.
If 7 maids with 7 moms swept for half a year, do you suppose the walrus said,
If they could get it clear, well, I doubt it, said the carpenter, and he shed a bit of tear.
the time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things. Shoes and ships and seeming wax.
Of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and why the pigs have wings.
It was very lovely, thank you.
It's not finished yet.
You can finish it some other time.
No how?
Contrariwise.
Anyways, it wasn't about a real walrus.
Maybe it's all a part of a dream.
I'm not dreaming.
Then maybe we are, and you're not real at all.
And if we were to wake up, you'd go out. Bang. Like a can, like a can.
I am real.
Well, you ought to make yourself a bit real by crying.
If I weren't real, I wouldn't be able to cry.
Do you suppose those are real tears?
You're talking nonsense. The sky is clouding over. You think it might rain?
Nope, I don't think so. Well, at least, not here.
But it might rain outside.
It may if it chooses. We have no objections. Contrariwise.
But then I might get wet.
Now, you shouldn't think so much about yourself. Well, do you see that?
It's just a rattle, quite old and worn.
Well, it's spoiled, of course. He did it.
You shouldn't be upset about an old rattle.
It isn't old. Well, it's new. My nice new rattle.
Don't be so upset, please.
Well, of course you're going to have a battle.
I suppose, if she gets us ready.
Right, we must have a battle.
Our armor.
Our helmets.
And our sword.
Such a silly thing to fight about.
Now, I wouldn't mind so much if it happened in a new one. Now how?
I didn't mean to step on it. Contrariwise.
You did it on purpose.
I didn't.
Do I look very, pale?
A little.
Oh, well, I'm very brave, generally. Only, now I have a headache.
And I have a toothache.
Mm-hmm.
Then you better not fight today.
Now, him think I'm a coward?
And I don't think I'm a coward.
I'm sure you're both quite brave.
What's the time now?
After 4, I think.
Let's fight till 5, and then have tea.
alone for 1 minute and you get lost.
Oh, don't scold me, Chessie. I must have taken a wrong turning.
Remember, whatever happens, don't offend the queen.
I'll certainly try not to.
Or,
Oh, my. Are you hurt?
Good fight, Dee. Good fight, Dom.
Shall we go for that tea now?
I'm ready. For tomorrow, I'll knock your head off.
No, how? Tomorrow I'll knock your head off.
Contrary-wise.
Oh.
Oh, I never did see such a strange fight.
call that strange. Wait until you see the queen's croquet game.
Chessie? Oh, dear. She's always disappearing. Look out now, Five. Don't go splashing paint over me like that.
I couldn't help it. Six-drug elbow. Always like to blame on others. You shouldn't talk. I heard the queen say only yesterday you deserve to be beheaded.
What for?
That's none of your business, too. For talking to the Cheshire cat. The queen doesn't like the way she grins at her.
If she's smart, she'll keep out of sight. I was with her just a moment ago, but now I don't know where she is.
Just as well she's not around.
Why are you painting those roses? Fact is, miss, this ought to have been a red rose tree. The white by mistake.
And if the queen were to find out, we'd all have our heads cut off.
When she gets angry.
Can these roses talk? No, miss, they're too young yet. See. I see you at the door. Is it alright if I try my key?
No reason why not.
Oh dear, still the wrong door.
That one there just leads to our tool shed.
I'll just have to ask the queen. Please be careful, miss.
Be very careful.
When she gets angry.
Now, how else am I going to get home?
She comes!
Queen comes!
Hello, Mr. Rabbit.
Oh, a very fine day.
Will you put in a good word for me?
A very fine day indeed if I can keep my head.
Oh, I wish Chessie were here.
Where's the duchess? Idiot!
You've seen her?
Not for quite some time, Your Majesty.
She's late.
Oh!
Dear, if you lose your temper before you eat your tart, you'll get indigestion.
Who are these?
They didn't come with their names, Your Majesty.
Turn them over. Get up. Leave off that. You make me giddy.
I'm sure they didn't mean to, Your Majesty.
Everybody tries to annoy me. What have you been doing here?
Please, Your Majesty.
I am for red roses, red ones. Oh, with the head!
Please, Your Majesty, everybody makes mistakes.
I don't. What are you waiting for?
Their heads are gone, Your Majesty!
Let's start the game. Courtier the croquet ball.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Archers get set.
I want to play. Me too.
Not your own children.
Off with you now. Go take a nap.
You call this a croquet ball?
Certainly. What would you call it?
A croquet ball, of course, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I have a special favor to ask of you. I want to go home again by 5 o'clock, and it must be 4:30 by now.
I don't care if it's midnight. Fetch the mallet.
That looks just like a
Like a what?
mallet.
You're not quite as stupid as you look.
I think she's quite a nice child. Really. me, dear, she's peculiar looking.
Get your places. Play. I win.
But the game's just started.
Then get on with it.
Oh, my back itches.
Idiot! Oh!
Dear,
What the-
we need them for the game.
Remind me to have it done later.
Oh my goodness, excuse me.
Oh, with the head!
Oh, ladies, no.
Off with the heads, too.
The moral of that is, you don't have two heads. Take care of the one you've got.
Is that a cherry tart you're eating?
Me? I wasn't eating anything.
Why are you so interested in cherry tarts? I'll feel safer if I stay out of the way.
Stop chattering or I can't hit my ball.
Jessie,
Still watching.
the Queen is awfully fond of beheading people. The wonder is that anyone's left.
How are you getting on?
Not very well. I haven't had any help from the Queen yet. She's too busy with the game.
Better start thinking for yourself.
Everything's so confusing.
Only if you allow it to confuse you.
Who are you talking to?
And who gave you permission to talk?
This is a friend of mine, Jessie.
Well, I don't like the look of it. Do you, my dear?
Idiot! You may kiss my hand.
I'd rather not.
Don't be impertinent. And stop looking at me like that.
I've read in a book once that cats may look at the king.
Well, I'm against it. What do you think, my dear?
Oh, with the head!
Oh no!
I'll fetch the executioner.
Play, play. She has a silly grin.
It's a friendly grin.
Do your duty.
Or I can't, Your Majesty.
Stop the nonsense.
You can't cut off a head unless there's a body to cut it off.
Nonsense! Anything with a head can be beheaded.
I've never done it before, and I shouldn't start my term of life.
If something isn't done in less than no time, I'll have everybody executed all around.
Don't you dare! A terrible thing has happened!
Oh,
Somebody has stolen your tarts!
Come quickly.
the tarts I just baked.
Her cherry tarts?
That girl did it. When she disappeared, you after her.
She thinks I stole them.
Somebody's head will roll for this.
I hope it's not mine.
Don't walk so fast.
I have to get away from the Queen.
And the moral of that is, if there's a way, never mind
I
it.
didn't steal her tarts, and my parents must be terribly worried about me.
Tut tut, child. Probably glad to be rid of you.
Nothing of the kind. And the moral of that is, if you can't something kind, keep still.
You're not very good at seeing morals. It takes practice.
Why do you leave the Queen's croquet game?
Because I couldn't stop sneezing. And the moral of that is,
If a sneeze you cannot take, then a sneeze you should not make.
yes, yes, of course. Have you met the mock turtle yet?
I don't have time. It will soon be 5 o'clock.
It's what mock turtle soup is made from. Say how do you do.
How do you do?
Mine is a very sad life. Ask me who my friend is.
Who is he?
Anyone can see that she's a griffin.
Wake up, you lazy thing. The mock turtle must tell his history.
turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. You are very dull.
You ought to be ashamed to ask that simple question. Tell me what say about it, old fellow.
Yes, we went to school in the sea. Though you may not believe it.
I never said I didn't.
You did.
Hold your tongue.
We had the best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day.
You couldn't have needed it much, living at the bottom of the sea.
I couldn't afford to learn it. I only took the regular course.
And what was that?
Reading and writing, of course. And then the different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
I've never heard of uglification. What is it?
You know it's to beautify it, I suppose.
It means to make anything prettier.
If you don't know what you uglify it, you are a simpleton.
And then there was mystery, ancient and modern, with geography, drawing, stretching, and fainting in coils.
What was that like?
I had the time to learn it. I went to the classical master. He wasn't no crap, he was.
Taught laughing and grief, they used to say.
How many hours a day did you do your lessons?
10 hours the first day, 9 the next, and so on, and so on, and so on.
What a curious plan.
That's the reason they're called lessons, because they lesson from day to day.
Oh. Please don't cry. I'm quite upset myself.
Would you like to see us do a dance?
What sort of dance is it?
It's called the Lobster Quadrille.
First you order line along the seashore.
2 lines. You advance twice.
Each with the lobster as a partner. Change lobsters and retire in the same order.
Then throw the lobsters as far out to sea as you can.
And swim after them.
We can do it without lobsters. Start singing.
Will you walk a little faster? Said a whiting to a snail.
There's a porpoise close behind us, and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance?
It's a very interesting dance. What was the part about whiting? Isn't that a kind of fish?
It's what you call his boots and shoes with. What are your shoes done with?
Blacking, I believe.
Boots and shoes under the sea are done with whiting. Now you know.
And what are they made of?
Soles and eels, of course. Any shrimp could have told you that. Sing your song now, old fellow.
Sure you want to hear it?
Please anger with me, and the only way I can escape is if I find a door.
You adore to have me sing. How very nice of you. Beautiful soup, so rich and green. Waiting in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Beautiful soup.
child?
For stealing the Queen's tart.
But I didn't know. Chessie, where are you?
Remember what I
Told you.
Come along, miss.
We can't keep the Queen waiting.
No, I didn't.
Find her, be quick about it.
She ran away, Your Majesty.
Why did she run?
Nobody knows that either.
Maybe she's running in circles. They always do.
There she is.
Oh no. Oh, won't somebody help me?
See that guilty look on her face?
How do you plead?
Innocent.
She ate all of my beautiful talk.
No, I didn't. Well, please let me go home.
Prisoner, be seated.
I won't. What's going to happen to me? Chessie, come back.
You'll have a fair trial.
And then we'll find you guilty.
That isn't fair.
I think it is.
There's cherry juice on your face.
Strawberry jam, that's what.
What's the jury writing? They can't have anything to put down before the trial's begun.
They're putting their names down so that they won't forget them before the end of the trial.
Where's the executioner? We can't start without him.
You're right, dear.
He's late. Oh,
Dear,
goodness!
if we remove his head, then who will remove the other heads?
For once, you're right. Where is the executioner?
Your Majesty, I think he's still looking for the Cheshire Cat.
Isn't that cat's head off yet?
It's disappeared.
Somebody had better find it.
Now, Your Majesty.
And be quick about it. Come back! I told you to go on Alice.
But Your Majesty, you said to go.
Never mind what I said. Do what I say.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I don't think she looks guilty. No, contrary-wise, she looks very guilty.
And the moral of that is, take care of yourself because no one else will.
Silence in the court.
I don't talk unless I got something to say. No how!
Contrary-wise, you don't say things unless you talk.
Quiet!
Sorry, late, Your Majesties.
Is the cat's head gone?
All of her is gone. May it please Your Majesties?
Oh dear.
It doesn't please me a bit. I think she helped Alice steal my car.
Nothing of the sort.
Then where's she now?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Don't feign here or the Queen will take immediate action.
Why did you steal my car?
I didn't. And now it's almost 5 o'clock. Oh, my poor mother and daddy. And dear little Dinah. How can I get home again?
You can't.
Not ever.
I mean, you can't get any information from me.
We want information from you.
You mean you refuse to tell me?
Exactly.
Well, Kat was right. She told me to think for myself.
You talk too much.
Sit down. It's time for the trial to begin.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Herald, read the accusations.
The Queen of Hearts, she baked some tarts all on a summer day. Then Alice came and stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Jury, consider the verdict.
Not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Call the first witness.
The Hatter.
I beg your pardon for bringing these in. I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was summoned for.
You ought to have finished by now. When did you begin?
14th of March. I think it was.
Write that down. And take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stole it?
I keep it in the cell. Because I'm a hatter, I have none of my own.
Did you see Alice steal my tarts?
I was too busy with the dormouse.
Give your evidence, and don't be nervous or the Queen will have you executed on the spot.
Please, Your Majesty, I'm a very poor man, and I hadn't begun my tea in over a week or so. And what with the twinkling of the tea?
The twinkling of what?
It began with the tea.
Well, of course twinkling begins with a T. You take me for a dunce? Go on.
I'm a very poor man, and most things twinkled after that, except the March hare said...
I didn't.
You did!
I didn't. Was it about my tarts?
Well, at any rate, the dormouse said. And after that, I got some more bread and butter.
But what did the dormouse say?
That I can't remember.
You have to, or the Queen will have you executed.
Please, Your Majesty, I'm a very poor man.
You, sir, are a very poor speaker.
Suppress those jurors.
I've often wondered what suppressing the noise meant.
That's all you know about it. You may step down.
I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Well, then you may sit down.
I'd rather finish my
You may go.
And just take his head off outside.
Later, dear. Call the next witness.
The cook.
Give your evidence.
No.
Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Why?
Because he's a cross one.
Yes, certainly. What are tarts made of? Pepper, mostly.
And the moral of that is, a sneeze in time saved 9.
9 what?
Don't ask me.
You're out of order.
In my opinion, there isn't any order.
Well, don't give your opinion when it isn't asked. Your testimony has been a big help. You may step down. Have some more pepper. Call the next witness.
Alice.
Me?
Explain why you stole the Queen's tarts.
I never even saw them.
Ah, that's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means.
Unimportant. Yes, of course I meant. Important, unimportant. Important, unimportant. Did the tarts taste good?
I don't know, I didn't eat any.
They weren't sweet enough.
I used plenty of sugar.
Jury, consider the verdict.
More evidence, Your Majesty. I just picked up this piece of paper.
What's in it?
I don't know yet. I haven't unfolded it.
It must be a letter written by the prisoner to somebody.
Unless it was written to nobody, which isn't usual, you know.
Who is addressed to?
There isn't any name. In fact, there's nothing on it at all.
I didn't write anything to anybody.
A likely story.
It's true.
If you didn't sign your name, that only makes matters worse. You must have meant some mischief, or you'd have signed your name.
That proves her guilt. So
It's true, nothing of the sort. Oh, Chessie, where are you? Just when I need you the most.
That is the most important piece of evidence we've heard yet.
I knew that cat helped to steal my talk.
Will you please listen to me? If there's nothing written on the paper, then there's no meaning to it.
And if there's no meaning to it, well, then that saves the world of trouble. It fits.
What fits?
Dear, have you ever had fits?
Never!
Well, then it doesn't fit you. Jury, consider the verdict.
No. Sentence first, verdict after.
That's wrong.
Hold your tongue.
I won't.
She says she won't.
This is the most ridiculous trial I've ever heard of.
Are you calling me names?
Somebody stole my tongue.
No, not me.
Well, then that proves Alice is guilty. Write that down.
I'm not.
Guilty. Soldiers, secure the prisoner. Executioner, get ready.
Oh, Chessie, where are you?
I've been here all the time.
Look.
Where?
Now we have both of them. Off with them!
Come down from there.
Stay right where you are. I forbid you to touch her.
She says she forbids us.
Off with the head! Off with the head! Off with the head!
Stop shouting. I think I'm really beginning to see you all for the first time.
Stop looking.
You're not real at all. You're just a pack of cards. And a strong wind will blow you across the meadow.
The wind! It's coming!
It's here!
It's back on!
How right you are.
Oh, Chessie, I'm a whole year older today than I was yesterday. And I should be smarter. Why did it take me so long to realize?
You may use your key now. I'm sure you know its name.
I think its name might be understanding.
Yes, the key is understanding.
But what door will it open?
As you grow older, understanding will open every door.
As I grow older,
Just walk behind that wall near the rabbit hole with the key in your hand. Look up, and you'll be back in the land of reality.
with my family and Dinah.
Yes.
In time for my birthday party and the cake with pink icing and all my friends having fun.
Yes.
I'll miss you, Chessie. Won't you come with me?
I can't do that. In your country, I'd be a real cat. I couldn't talk to you or come and go as I do now. It's much better for me to be a Wonderland cat.
I can understand that. I'm ever so much more grown up than I used to be.
I knew the time would come.
But aren't you afraid of the Queen?
Not in the least bit, because she never really executes anyone. We all have fun pretending.
I'll be happy to get home, but I'm glad that I came here. Thank you for being my friend and my watch cat.
Thank you for being my friend.
Maybe someday I can come back to see you?
You can never do that. Once a child leaves Wonderland, there's simply no way back.
I'm beginning to understand that too. Sure you want to come with me?
Goodbye, Alice.
Goodbye, Jessie. Goodbye, Wonderland.
And goodbye to you too. Watch out for rabbit holes.